And good morning, folks. While I wait for my medical transport to the doctor's this morning, we're going to talk real quick about apartment survival. Now, this isn't your normal everyday working pantry or stuff out of the kitchen, freezer, or refrigerator. Okay? This is food supply for two people and one pet for 1 month, 30 days, 3 months, 60 days, 7 months, 210 days. Okay? Now I'm going to keep this up for a while. The big thing is a lot of people are not prepared. Seriously. They don't think ahead. Now, you have to make sure that whatever you put away, and I have a list, has to last for 30 days. Has to feed two people and one pet. You could substitute pet for kid. It's not a problem. But you have to figure out the ratios. Don't care about calorie count or this or that, because I already did the math, and a lot of people goof up on the calorie count because they forget other parts of the diet like fiber and essential oils and water. It's a complete mess. All right? Now, you have to figure out if I buy 30 days of freeze dried, you're deficient in about two elements. You're deficient in fiber and you're deficient in in fiber. That's laxative fiber, not the fiber they put into the freeze dry. It's when you go to the bathroom, you'll find out when you're screaming in pain, constipated. Okay, we're talking about that kind of fiber from natural vegetables. The other one is oil. You cannot freeze dry oil. I keep telling this to people. You cannot freeze dry butter. That's a con. Okay? It's a butter flavored, I don't know what the hell that is, but it's not butter. Well, we add water and try to fry up things. I don't know what the hell you're frying in, but that's not butter. Okay? You cannot freeze dry butter or cream. But we freeze dry cream. That's not cream. Cream is 75% fat, 35% or 25% of milk solids. So what the hell are you drinking? Okay? So you got to know what your foods are. Okay? So, easiest one is can and dry. It's not a rocket science, it's fairly easy. So you have to figure out, and it's not part of your pantry. You have to include this to your pantry, okay? You have to add this to your pantry to make a complete meal or use a part of a daily meal plan. Okay? It's not rocket science, but it takes a lot of home economics and brain power. That's why I tell people have a spreadsheet or a notebook. If you have a laptop, you can make a spreadsheet and print it out. Fairly easy. Get your dates, times, amounts. Not a problem. Okay? So we have 1 month, 3 months, 7 months. Okay, I'll let you look at that. And I'll let you think about it. Let it settle through your head. Because a lot of people don't plan. I plan to the T. And this is a break right now, section break. Check out Prepping by Faith and The Ungrateful Peasant. They have two important videos this morning. You should go watch it. And later this afternoon, check out Cold War Prepper or is it tomorrow? No, it's tomorrow, the 14th. Today's 13th. I have a doctor's appointment. Because Uncle Al's kind of old and kind of tired and gotta remember all this stuff. So anyway, when you stockpile, you have to make sure it's in a mouse-proof container. We do not want to make roach or mouse motels. That's why I always show that short black and yellow totes. 12 gallons, that's dimension-wise, and it's very strong. Go see Liberty Garden. He uses it for what you call garden containers, but they're expensive. Okay, they're about $12 each. These are heavy-duty office totes to store records in. All right, so you got your food lined up and you have it all set for 30 days. Now, I will do a complete list later on today on your 30 days of food. I had to break it down, simplify it, took some stuff out because we're talking about down to the wire. You have to prepare today, and you have still plenty of time. It's going to get harder. By the end of the summer, I'm sorry, Uncle Alan can revise and figure out and plan and make lists for you, but you missed the window last September. I told this to everybody, but nobody ever watches my video. Okay? I told last September, this is your last chance to supply up correctly. And everybody laughed and looked at me and like, Uncle Alan, we have plenty of time. It's like the monkeys in a tree who never built a house and complain when every time it rains. The smart ones built the house, don't really care about the idiots in the trees. All right? You don't want to be the idiots in the trees complaining all the time. You see a lot of videos of people going to the grocery store and complaining about the prices. And I keep telling people, why didn't you stock up in September? Okay, I like shopping. I like grocery shopping a lot. Okay, I studied it. I even worked in a couple of groceries because it's fun, it's cool. The work's hard and it's long pay. I don't care. I like to be around people when I feel like it. And when I don't feel like it, I stay away from them. Okay? The big thing is, folks, you have to understand how a grocery store is set up. They don't have loading bays. Not loading bays. They don't have warehouses. Now, I worked in a couple of family-run stores. They have storage areas. A lot of places, they don't. They'll either have cargo containers in the back or they'll fill up the rafters in the loading bay and put it out. All they're doing is just-in-time shopping. It goes in a cycle. Now, I used to work at a one-family grocery store that was wonderful. They had cargo containers. They had a warehouse. They had a system you would cry for. Okay? And also was a civil defense area, too. This is the old days. And they'll run everything through, and if during emergency, they had another warehouse nearby the store that they set up as an emergency shelter because they had a big parking lot. Unfortunately, the family got too old, the originals, mom and pop, and the kids didn't want to take over. It's a very hard business. You have to be on your feet. So, like I said, we're going to go back on this over and over again because Uncle Alan doesn't do flashy videos. He doesn't go to the grocery store and complain prices. You had enough time to know all about this. Okay, how to set up everything, how to do everything properly. Now, I had one comment. Somebody wants to discuss or change ideas of what I had listed, 10 things apartment prepper should have but don't. And they're going to give their viewpoint, which is good. I like that. But you got to understand, what I wrote down is the 10 basic things you need. All right? It doesn't matter. You could have your own version, spend all that money and gadgetify it, or spend something that you don't really need. Okay, that catches a lot of people. You have two kinds of prepper. One prepper piles a whole bunch of food and stuff and shows that. You have one prepper that piles up a whole bunch of gadget. You have that one section. And then you have the OG, the old school survivalist, doesn't show you anything. Just quietly talk to you like Uncle Alan's doing to you and doesn't do anything flashy. Because if it was really serious, there'll be a hole and then you hear a gunshot and you're nose diving into the hole, and then the dirt shoveled over you. And it's not a shallow grave because Uncle Alan knows how to do graves. Okay? I had to bury a lot of dead cows. It isn't funny, folks. Now, you think about it very carefully. A lot of you old timers are not on YouTube. They left. They know better. I'm doing this because I want to try to save at least 30 million people. But like I said, I know what's going on, and powers that be wants to do the great reset, which is a joke. Okay? It's going to be a great failure. And if a lot of people didn't learn back in the 1700s and the 1600s, everybody get to a point where they're fed up and like, screw this, we'll rob the king. Pirates. And we're not talking about yo-ho-ho and sailing ship. We're talking modern day pirates. Move fast, grab your stuff, clunk anybody in the way. And I'll catch you later. I'll be seeing you. Bye now.